Healing PTSD and Trauma, a field manual for restoring safety, rhythm, and sovereignty by Laing Matthews. Part of the Healing Handbooks. Simple Spiritual Remedies for Modern Disease, 23 books. Healing PTSD and Trauma is a practical field manual for people who are tired of being ruled by alarm. It is written for readers who can function on the outside but cannot rest on the inside, those who look fine, work, parent, and keep going, yet live with hypervigilance, sudden spikes, nightmares, shutdown, dissociation, avoidance, and the constant sense that safety never fully arrives. This book treats trauma symptoms without shame. Your nervous system is not broken. It learned to survive. The problem is that survival mode is expensive. It steals sleep, attention, relationships, and joy. The goal here is not to analyze your past until you feel better. The goal is to restore safety, rhythm, and sovereignty, so the system can do what it was designed to do, return to order when interference is removed and daily life becomes predictable again. The structure is simple and ruthless in the best way. First, you get a clear map of trauma. The difference between single-incident PTSD and complex trauma, shock trauma, and developmental trauma, why some people look fine but feel unsafe, and the myths that keep people stuck. Then you learn the biology of alarm, why the threat system learns fast and forgets slow, why attention gets hijacked, why the body reacts before the mind understands, and how the trauma loop reinforces itself through cues, stories, coping, and temporary relief. Next comes first aid. A 24 to 72-hour stabilization protocol shows exactly what to do in a spike: grounding through the senses, posture, and weight, slow exhale without forcing, temperature reset and water methods, simple movement to discharge adrenaline, and sleep rescue for the next 1 to 3 nights. You also get clear do-not rules for spikes, doom scrolling, arguing, alcohol, stimulants, intense breath work, dramatic rituals, and anything that turns distress into escalation. From there, the book moves into a 30 to 90-day rebuild plan. It treats sleep as the first gate of recovery and gives practical sleep protection rules for hypervigilance, night sweats, nightmares, and the fear of falling asleep. It stabilizes blood sugar, so panic is not being fed by physiological swings. It rebuilds the body through gentle strength, mobility, and walking, using movement as a trauma medicine and a sovereignty practice. It teaches emotion without flooding, with containment tools, dose control, and the 2% rule. Tiny, safe exposure over heroic pushes. Exposure is handled with precision. You learn how to build an exposure ladder that expands your life without breaking you, how to tell if exposure is helping or harming, and what to do after exposure so your nervous system learns safety. Memory and meaning come later, not first. This manual shows when to tell the story and when not to, how to separate facts from trauma interpretations, and how to repair self-blame and moral injury without forcing forgiveness or fake reconciliation. For readers drawn to spiritual language, the book includes a careful section on the inner healer and the primordial spirit as innate coherence, not fantasy. It offers simple rituals that stabilize without obsession and strict discernment rules that prevent paranoia, superstition, and compulsive spiritual coping. A skeptic test page translates ritual into psychology and physiology, so results still count even if your explanation differs. You also get practical scripts for relationships and work, red flags for high-risk states, guidance on using therapy and medication without shame, metrics that matter, relapse prevention, case examples, and ready-to-use appendices. A 7-day reset, a crisis checklist, an exposure ladder template, boundaries scripts, international support guidance, and a 2-minute daily governance practice to bring the rightful ruler back to the throne. It is a book of order, reduce interference, rebuild rhythm, restore choice, let the system heal itself.